The plane hummed softly as the engines roared beneath the wings, slicing through clouds painted gold by the setting sun. In first class, most passengers were buried in their own worlds, laptops open, headphones on, champagne glasses half full. But one man sat quietly by the window, his eyes heavy, his face drawn from years of unending work. That man was Alexander Miles, CEO of one of the biggest tech companies in America. To the world, he was power, success, and perfection wrapped into a custom-tailored suit. To himself, though, he was just tired of people wanting things, tired of pretending to be unbreakable, tired of never having anyone ask if he was okay. It had been a long week. He'd just closed a $1 billion deal in Tokyo and hadn't slept properly in 4 days. His phone buzzed again. Another message from his assistant. Board wants an update on the merger presentation. He sighed, loosened his tie, and typed a quick reply. He didn't even realize the flight attendant had stopped beside him. Would you like another drink, sir? He waved her off politely. No, thank you. Just water. A few rows ahead, a little girl, no older than 7, was fidgeting in her seat. Her mother whispered something to her, trying to calm her down. But the girl's eyes kept wandering toward Alexander. She noticed how pale he looked, how his shoulders slumped. When the seatbelt sign went off, she unbuckled quietly and trotted down the aisle, clutching a small stuffed bunny. Excuse me, she said softly, standing beside his seat. Alexander looked up, surprised. Yes, you look tired, sir, she said in the most innocent, sincere voice. Are you okay? For a moment, he just stared at her. No one had asked him that in years. Not his board, not his employees, not even his so-called friends. The only people who ever talked to him wanted something, from his company, from his money, or from his power. He gave a faint smile. I guess I am a little tired. The girl frowned. My mom says when you're tired, you should rest and not think too much. He chuckled. Your mom sounds very wise. She is, the girl said proudly. She works at the hospital and helps people sleep when they can't. Is that so? He asked, genuinely curious now. What's your name? Lily, she said, showing him her bunny. And this is Mr. Whiskers. He helps me when I can't sleep. Alexander smiled for real this time. Nice to meet you, Lily. I'm Alex. Her eyes widened. That's my uncle's name, but he doesn't wear suits. He wears pajamas all the time. That made him laugh, a deep, warm laugh he hadn't felt in months. Passengers nearby glanced over, surprised to see the usually cold CEO smiling. Lily tilted her head. Why are you flying alone? He hesitated. Because I have a lot of work. Work's not more important than people, she said matter-of-factly, as if it were the simplest truth in the world. That's what my mommy says. He leaned back in his seat, her words echoing in his head. Work's not more important than people. The little girl looked at him for a moment, then carefully placed her stuffed bunny in his lap. Here, Mr. Whiskers will help you rest. Alexander blinked, speechless. Lily, I can't. Shish, she said, smiling. He doesn't like when people say no. Just hold him for a bit. The innocence of her gesture hit him harder than any business deal ever had. He took the small stuffed toy in his hand. It was soft, worn at the edges, clearly loved. Thank you, he said quietly. She grinned. You're welcome, Mr. Alex. A few minutes later, Lily's mother appeared, apologizing profusely. I'm so sorry, sir. She's just very friendly. It's all right, he said, still holding the bunny. She's a very kind little girl. Her mother smiled, noticing something soften in his eyes. That's her way. She believes everyone needs a friend. After they left, Alexander stared at the toy in his lap for a long time. For once, he didn't open his laptop. He didn't check his emails. He just leaned back, watching the clouds drift by outside. He hadn't felt peace like this in years. When the flight landed, he stood up and noticed Lily waiting by the exit. She waved at him. Bye, Mr. Alex. Don't forget to rest. He walked over, kneeling slightly. Thank you, Lily. You helped me more than you know. She giggled. Then can I have Mr. Whiskers back? He misses me already. He handed it to her with a smile. Of course, but can I give you something instead? From his briefcase, he took out a small silver pen, engraved with his company logo. This is a lucky pen. It's helped me make some very big decisions. I think it'll help you, too. Her eyes widened. Wow, thank you. Her mother smiled warmly. That's very kind of you. He looked at her closely for the first time. She looked tired, Too, but not from business meetings. From long nights, worry, and holding her little world together. Where do you work? He asked. Street, Mary's hospital, she replied. I'm a nurse there. He nodded slowly. It's a tough job. She smiled faintly. It's not easy, but it's worth it when you see someone heal. That line stayed with him. It's worth it when you see someone heal. He watched them walk away, the little girl clutching her pen and bunny, skipping beside her mother. Something in him shifted that day. Over the next few weeks, Alexander couldn't stop thinking about that encounter. He started noticing things he hadn't before, his employees' tired faces, the way people rushed without joy, the absence of laughter in his own life. One evening, instead of heading to the office, he went to the hospital Lily's mother had mentioned. He walked into the pediatric wing, where walls were painted with stars and cartoon animals. He saw her there, Lily's mother, helping a crying child calm down. Her face was gentle, patient, full of warmth. When she noticed him, she froze for a moment in surprise. Mr. Miles, she asked. He smiled. Call me Alex. I just came to see how things are going. She smiled back, curious. What brings you here? I wanted to thank you, he said quietly. Your daughter reminded me that people matter more than profits. She looked touched. She has that effect on people. He nodded. I'd like to help your hospital. Maybe upgrade your equipment, support your staff. Consider it my way of giving back. Her eyes widened. That's incredibly generous. He smiled. It's the least I can do. A few weeks later, the hospital received a major donation from his company, funding for a new children's care wing, better beds, and free treatment programs for low-income families. The new wing's plaque read, "The Lily Hope Wing, because every small act of kindness can change a life." When Lily came to see it, she gasped. That's my name. Alexander knelt beside her, smiling. It sure is. You reminded me what matters most, Lily. You helped me see again. She threw her tiny arms around his neck. I told you, Mr. Whiskers works. He laughed, hugging her back. He sure does. From that day on, Alexander made a promise to himself, to never forget the people behind the numbers, the hearts behind the data, the lives behind his company's success. And every time he felt tired again, he'd think of a little girl on a plane who'd looked up at him and said, "You look tired, sir." Because sometimes, it only takes the smallest voice to wake up the biggest heart.